Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Transwest Truck Trailer RV. We're located in Frederick, Colorado. My name is Larry Vickers. Today's video is going to accomplish a few things. Most importantly, we're going to take a look at a really nice truck. But in addition to that, we're going to talk about some commonly asked questions that I get. And finally, we haven't done it in a while, so let's give a hat away today. At the end of the video, I'm going to ask you guys a question. The first one to text me back the correct answer is going to get a hat today. So this is a 2011 Freightliner M2 112. The conversion is sports chassis. And the biggest thing with this truck is that it has just 46,000 miles. That's 46,000 miles. So as we take a look at it from the side, some things to notice. Predominantly a flatbed back here. Underneath here is the def tank. That holds up to 13 gallons. The most recent data is showing about 350 miles per 1 gallon of def. It comes with two fuel tanks. The one on this side holds 100 gallon. The one on the opposite side holds 60. So 160 gallons combined fuel for this truck. As we take a look directly in front, and today we'll start at the top and work our way down. We see a row of lighting running right across the top. As we come on down and take a look at the windshield, that's 2,500 square inches of glass. So that makes visibility simply outstanding in this truck. As we continue down, you'll notice the grille is relatively large. That's larger than in a 106. Why? Well, because we're gonna need more air intake going into that engine than we would on a smaller truck. As you can see, the bumper is broken into 3 parts in case we have to replace one section. And finally, on down at the bottom, we find fog lights. As we take a look under the hood, that's the Detroit D13 engine, coupled with the Allison 4000 TRV transmission. This offers 505 horsepower and 1,800 foot-pounds of torque. Some things to notice under here: if we leave the lights on for whatever reason and we kill the battery, we can jump start that right down here. So we don't have to worry about tearing into the batteries, doing all that. It's easily jump started right there. The hood is made of compressed fiberglass. So that's several layers of fiberglass all pressed together. So that makes it a lot tougher than, say, a pickup truck. And we had an example of that. We had a hailstorm come in, demolish the pickups, but the Freightliners basically looked untouched. We did put brand new Toyo tires on it. As we take a look inside the driver's seat, the front seats are both air, and we can make those adjustments right here. In addition, they are both heated with this button here. You can adjust the air to the lumbar, which is in the back of the seat right here. Some things to note here: this is the cruise control. Right above that is the brightness for the lights on the dash. Now, when you start your truck, you're going to want to turn that key about halfway. Let those gauges go all the way over and back. When it's really cold out, I actually like to do that twice and then start the truck. If we get in a hurry and start it prematurely, there's a chance that it'll kick a code that simply doesn't exist. This is the block heater right under here. As we take a look at the back seat, this back seat does make down into a bed simply by pushing a button. And then simply back up into a normal seat. That does meet DOT requirements for a bed. As we continue on, we'll take a look at the storage components. Comes with a hitch for the bumper pull. Right above that is an air connection, so you can hook up an air hose to it right there if desired. And you can see it's all diamond plated. As we come around and view it from the rear, again, we'll start at the top and work our way down. Right there in the middle is the backup camera with lights on each side. As we come on down, we can see this is the cover that goes over the hitch. If we're hauling items, hay would be an example, putting it on the bed of the truck, we can cover up that hole where the hitch goes with this cover here. Spare tire has already been implemented here. As you can see, diamond plated. As we come on back, here is where we hook up the lights. This is hooked up to the Voyager system. That's the backup camera. So you can actually install 2 other cameras and simply plug them in right there. Examples of that, I've had customers put additional cameras under the rear view mirrors. I've also had them put cameras in horse trailers as well, so that's easily connected right here. As we come on down, we find a hitch for the bumper pull. As we continue on and look at this side, and while we admire it, let's talk about a few questions that I commonly get asked. The most popular one is, do I need a CDL to drive this? Well, the answer to that is it depends on what you're using it for. If you're towing an RV, a boat, horse trailer, things like that, no, you don't. But if you're using it for a commercial basis, example would be hot shotters, they would, because they're basically using it to make money. Second question, what is financing like? On this specific truck, where it's a 2011, the terms are going to be shorter, just as anything else. The older they get, the shorter the terms. Now, in terms of rates, I'm not qualified to quote you specific rates, but I can tell you, just as anything else, the interest rates have come up. Another thing to think about on finance, I know that you have the option to either do it under personal or business. So if you own your own company and you need to own it at least 2 years, we can look at it in terms of getting you financed on a business loan. So that's a couple of questions that I'm commonly asked. As we look at the truck, some things to see. I mean, does it look like an 11-year-old truck? It certainly doesn't. And those mileages reflect that. As we take a look at the back seat, we can get a shot of the DVD player from down here. And the biggest thing to notice, guys, is just how much room and space is available in this truck. That, coupled with very comfortable seats, really make those long trips feel like nothing. As we take a look here, This lever is what adjusts the seat to move it frontwards and backwards. The buttons for the heated and the lumbar are actually on the opposite side. Underneath here gives us access to the cab air filters, and as you can see, floor mats come with the truck as well. Now let's crawl on in and take a closer look. And we're going to work left to right. So, intermittent marker lights located here. This truck is large, it can be intimidating, but it really doesn't need to be because of how simple it is to drive. Right now we're in neutral with the brake on. So to go, simply press the brake, R for reverse, D for drive, and we're on our way. The backup camera is located right in here. This is an important one. This is the engine brake. So we have a couple of options, high or low. So when it's on high, and that is a true engine brake, and we're coming down a sharp decline and we're towing a heavy trailer, it's going to slow everything down. In this particular truck, you actually have 500 horses coming back at you. So that's going to make things safer for everyone on the road. Another important one is right here. This is the dump valve. So that lets air out of the bed of the truck. When you would use that is when you go to hook up your trailer. You can let all the air out, utilize your backup camera to make hooking up your trailer very, very simple. CB radio here, climate control located here. As we take a look at the console, we see it's a little bit different than a lot of the ones we've been videoing. Well, we actually have two. There's a smaller one located here, cup holders in between, and a bigger console located here. So in review, this is a 2011 with just 46,000 miles on it. So our question for today, be the first one to text me the answer and I'll send a hat to you, is how much horsepower is in this truck? So if you have any other questions about it, please feel free to give me a call, or this is the number to text me at, 970-370-4067, the work extension 303-684-3404. Feel free to email me at larry.vickers@transwest.com. Thanks for tuning in today.